What is the business case for having Latinas in corporate America? You can see on the slide. I'm going to go really fast. This is a little long presentation. I'm going to fly through my slides, okay? So bear with me. These are the reasons why there is a business case for having Latinas consider assuming leadership positions in corporate America. It's good for our community, and it's good for business, okay? However, there is one additional reason that I like the best. This is the reason I think is the best reason. She who makes the goal makes the rules, right? And ladies, if we're not at the table making the goal or influencing on how the goal is being made, guess what? We're not going to be making the rules. I think our community has done a really good job of inspiring, motivating, educating, and facilitating the progress of Latinos and Latinas in many different areas. Politics, government service, nonprofits, academia. I can point to hundreds of excellent leaders, Latino leaders, at every level of government, at every level of academia, at humongous, huge nonprofit influential organizations. Unfortunately, the area where I think we have a lot of work to do is corporate America. And guess what? This is a capitalist society. Our economic system is predicated on capitalism, wealth creation, profit. If we as Latinos and Latinas, we're not taking advantage of that system, and if we're not sitting at the table when those decisions are made, our communities will lag behind. So while we continue working on government, community advocacy, nonprofits, all those good things that we need as a community, we need to start talking and considering the possibility that we will need to be sitting at that table. It will take time, some time, but I think it will happen. Okay? I'm going to go through some numbers. I think Julie mentioned the 3.2%, I think it was, of Latinas that are currently in leadership positions in corporate America and California. I'm going to show you through these slides that really is not any much better around the country. However, I want you to also compare and contrast these distressing statistics with what our population is doing, our demographics. I'm not going to go through all that exhaustively. We all know that our community is one of the largest and fastest growing demographic groups in the history of the United States. Right? But let me talk about women in particular. Women currently make more than half of the U.S. population. There are more girls than boys in the United States. That's just the way it is. Of that 51%, 31%, more than half, are women of color. All right? That includes African Americans, Asians, Native Americans, and Latina women. Of that group, subgroup, 31%, 14% are Latina women. We are right behind Caucasian women at 20%. So we are the largest within the subgroup of U.S. women population. We are the largest group currently in the U.S. population. It's only going to get bigger. The labor force, right now studies are suggesting, these are all guessworks, that about 9 million women are working in the U.S. Latinas are working. Well, only 3.6% of those women are working in a managerial or professional capacity. So a distinct minority. In order for us to take our place in the corporate boardroom, we need to change those statistics. It goes back to education and the majors and the courses of study and the course fields that we choose when we're in high school, when we're in college. So we're better equipped to assume managerial or professional positions, right? I want you to compare and contrast with numbers with what's happening in corporate America. Why are we talking about this? On the corporate board seat, for those of you, the board of directors is what controls a company. They run the company. They are the top level of management in a company. Because after the board of directors are the shareholders, the owners. In fact, the CEO works for the board. At that level of power and influence, only 0.78, less than 1% are Latinas. Okay? On the corporate officer level, only 1.7% are women of color, not Latinas, women of color. That's the next level of management. There are currently no statistics on how many Latinas comprise that 1.7%, but you gotta know it's at least 1% or less.